So I'm here on set filming the season premiere for Bob's Your Uncle Cartoons, and I realized that over the years I've created elaborate backstories for all my clones, and nobody knows what they are. A lot of the things that make my clones who they are simply movies that I never ended up making, so here we go. First, here's some of the popular clones. Aron Munai, who is my character.
Sit with me.
Jake Minotaur.
Oh, wow.
Sir William Von Bro, though we just call him Will. And Nick and Edward from my Christmas movies.
1, 2, 3, and then we start singing.
Because mutant leaf piles don't grow on trees.
A few years ago, I did a short film called Cell Theory, which introduced a slew of new clones, including my main three. Aron was supposed to be a character based on myself, but as I started filming, I realized he's not. In real life, my friends can tell you that I'm funny and random, or special, as my family likes to call it. Aron ended up being the exact opposite. He's a very straightforward guy, but the situations he gets into are weird.
I'm you in exactly 10 hours. Wanna play some Boggle, maybe?
Jake, on the other hand, has absolutely no relation to Aron whatsoever. Technically, Jake is what's known as a doppelganger, which is just someone who looks and talks exactly like you. Jake's character is very cynical and always appears to be mad. While Aron is based on a version of me that becomes a respected filmmaker, Jake, on the other hand, is based on a version of me that never got into filmmaking. If you imagine a version of me that never made stop-motion films as a kid, then I would have graduated high school, gotten a full-time job working in an office cubicle, and spent most of my days reading instead of watching TV. Jake was originally supposed to be the more professional and fancy version of myself, but the more I made movies with him, the more his character turned dark and sinister. Outside of filmmaking, like all of this, I do in fact have a part-time job, so I can kind of see where Jake is coming from. When you work full-time as someone like Jake, someone who is not constructive or artistic, you kind of feel like your life is going nowhere. Poor guy. I feel bad for writing his character now. But on a brighter note, Sir William Von Bro. Much like Jake's character, he is in fact not a clone. He is me. Aron is me when I'm on screen, deadpan and casual, but Will is me when I'm off screen. Fundamentally bizarre. Sir William is a parallel dimensional counterpart of Aron who believes that laughter is the best everything. Sir William is me in real life. In my original videos with Will, everything that he said was just taken directly out of conversations I had with my friends. And some of my own personal cliches were worked in there too.
Holla.
Will?
Faux shizzle.
You're doing the Star Trek thing with your hand, aren't you?
Why wouldn't I be?
Because we're on a phone. I can't see you, Will.
So why a parallel dimensional counterpart instead of being called a clone? Well, that's what I would want in real life. I wouldn't want people calling me a clone. That's not cool. In the science fiction world, clones usually rise up and kill the original versus parallel counterparts, which are just like cool guys. Nick and Edward originally came from my Christmas film. Not only are they clones of Aron, but they're actually copies of each other. Both of them are married, have a daughter, and sing soprano in their choir groups. The only difference between the two is that Edward thinks that he's living in the 1800s. Originally, Jake and Aron were going to meet when Jake was accidentally invited to a road trip. Aron's friends invited Jake thinking he was Aron, which made for a very awkward situation when they got to the beach. Now they share an apartment together, and they always have to wear their signature red and brown shirts so that no one mixes them up. While I only covered the main ones, there are many more clones, and they have no idea where they come from. One way or another, clones just end up meeting Aron. Some deliver pizza, others get in accidents with Jake, but the weird part about all of it, after DNA testing, they all turned out to be Aron. Playing characters. They have limited backstories, they have names but no legal documents, and at the end of the day, Aron can do a perfect impression of every one of them. While clones don't seem to be created, they do appear conveniently whenever Will is making a new short film. Though he calls himself a parallel counterpart, Will may actually be the cosmic ruler over what would then be Aron's fictional life. Kind of like an author that writes himself into a story, or a narrator that interacts with the leading characters. Whoa. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that explained a few things. If you have an idea for a topic for next week's vlog, post it down in the comments. You could do something simple, like what's your favorite pair of shoes? My favorite pair of shoes was actually an old pair of Velcro strapped Skechers. They were super comfortable, but the problem is I wore them in middle school, so everyone made fun of me because they thought I couldn't tie my own shoelaces. Or something more fundamentally bizarre, like when you save the world from aliens, did they appreciate you? I should say so. In 2012, Aron Munai was the third most popular boy's name. Finally, the world will know my pain of having a name that no one can pronounce. Click this link to watch my last short film, click this link to watch my last vlog, and click this link to subscribe for new vlogs every Saturday. Take a guess at what you think prevented me from getting up here on the roof and made me take the back way up. If you guess C, a sleeping possum, Yep, you nailed it. Well done. Gold star for you.